Public Accounts Committee, Nenya Samketwa no moye ohono. I've already brought you an update. I just said DVL boss netoye hyehyehye ti se obi osakma logo no. Oni abna osaya sai. Just a mamene to mane no watu bia mane no we to mane. And this time there, Minister of Communications, Honorable Samnate George, and Omofreno, and your friend, Honorable Haruna Ijusu, the Education Minister. No money now, we are can ask them differently. Oh, honum. Ni na me the updates in the bebro. Stay here. Don't go anywhere. Ni do concerning boom. This is FMS Strengths, and here we give you the latest updates on issues. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we here. My name is Maureen Marshall, and you can call me the Information Minister. Now, yentuaso. Mamu nim aseme to DVL boss. Mamu nim no. Mamimbo video nienche.
Let's watch this video so that I have some 1 or 2 things to tell you. Let's watch this video.
People pay to have their names on number plates. And you sit here at the DVLA boss, you tell me you don't put numbers on number plates. Haven't you seen specialized numbers with people's surnames and personalized names on number plates? For yes or no, please?
Yes.
So why are you telling me you don't put names on number plates?
So I can explain that.
Not that you can explain that. You don't expect me to ask you that question. That was what you said.
A few moments later.
Mr. Chairman, the answer is very simple in one word. The mismanagement of the economy by the Akuffo administration. Because
Inti mama who DVL boss ne to ye hyehyehye pan logo ye de papa na baby aye juno Minister of Communications Sam Nate George ensuko PM. People are expecting say ebia adia abna osayasare. No, the former Deputy Finance Minister for Honorable Kenoforiata, Edeye DVL boss no, or the Bibe Sam George and Suba Sam George and Trio on tree. On tree baku say, and Edu baby no, Sam George Kokan say, MPP for Mismanagement Ghana Sika, nature say, Honorable Osaya Sari, Finance Minister Kenoforiata, and Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia muni now, just all the body. Ampucheche osroshe odenebo enti no mfene jata no odenebo aka asem ni na afi ma minister abrantie jan di mbobo no asem ni ye bisaw ade na opese ogbo mi dingu mani ma asesa na obi ti Sam George kit no wasre cause who se chairman ehia ni meter enya asem kitwo there's a way ka we no way aka we, and Sam George went there with full vim confidence no honum until there is no way obey mistake. And he was also asked about the parcels Ghana edekwaboche, especially Ghana Post. And as Sam George say, Ghana Post for tria sika kese edema airlines no more pretty to Ghana no, because it was their parcels ekodwaboche, and he mentioned that they pay in dollars. And it's $1 ne depreciate here. It may affect Ghana Post for operations ye. Into more moments now, and yet to say the 2023 or men who say city ne depreciate it affected businesses, affecting Yoma Bibre, into affected Ghana Post force. And it's answer and some now, or Bisana or Becase, or ma mismanage Ghana Scanafe, Abno say Casano. On the same no, Sam George Oyano, Abno say on your state. Let's watch the video.
We'll be looking at your financial performance and the financial position today. So on your financial performance, I can see that the bottom line, Ghana Post posted a very good profit from the initial loss position from 2022. But then I just want to understand a few things. Your operating cost went up by about 35%. And the general and administrative expenses also went up by 51.8%. I just want to understand, looking at the increase in revenue as against the increases in your expenditure, what accounted for that high increase in expenditure for 2023?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the answer is very simple in one word. The mismanagement of the economy by the Akuffo administration. Because a lot of the increases, Ghana Post pays a lot of airlines for the transporting of the parcels that we send to Europe and the United States, and we pay that in dollars. So when you saw the mismanagement when Ken Ofori-Atta, Abina, and co were at the finance ministry, and Dr. Bawumia in charge of the economic management team, you then saw that...
Respectfully, Minister, stop it right there. Just go straight to your question and answer, and don't be name calling. You understand? Minister, please answer the question. Oh, when this was there, Oh, Minister, I don't think that is how we should be here. You are here. You have been here before. I have been where you are before. Let's just go straight to the point.
I'm guided, Chairman.
Thank you.
So in 2023, when the CD depreciated, you realize that because we're paying in dollars, if you were paying a fee of $100 to an airline and the exchange rate was 8, our expenditure would have been 800 cedis. And then when it went to 16 in 2023, you then have the challenge that your expenditure now becomes 1,600. So that's what accounted for that. So it's the forex losses, yeah. But I'm sure that when you see the 2025 financials, you realize that even though we are doing more volumes, our expenditure would have dropped, because now with a better, stronger CD that's trading very favorably, you realize that our forex expenditure will be better.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Minister. I'm just looking at, I had earlier indicated that the bottom line for 2023 improved from a loss position of 1.2 million. All I wanted to understand was what accounted for the increases in the general admin expenses. And we are looking at the respective officers at these institutions. So going forward, we are looking at how best we can keep costs down and not just spend anyhow. That is why I asked that question. So we'll move on to the financial position, Minister. I can see that they improved slightly on their ratios, but then it's still not enough to be able to meet their short-term liabilities. So I would encourage that going forward, we pay attention to some of these things so at least we don't get into situations like this. Thank you, Chair.
We are guided, Chair, and I can assure you that, 2022 as well, in all fairness to the previous administration, was also a recovery period. So the revenues were now picking up again, because in 2021, don't forget there was COVID. And so once there was COVID and you couldn't do a lot of movement of parcels, the recovery process is slow. It takes some time for it to build up. And so you then saw them go back to full profitability in 2023. So that's why you see the profit margin. But then the point is the profit could have been more if the forex thing was also low. So, yeah.
Minister, it's not just the forex. If you had reduced other expenditure, because usually that is one thing I have seen, running through most of the...
Say if they had reduced the expenditure.
Minister, there's continuity in government, so you better stop that and move on. Yes. Minister, what we have seen consistently in the public boards, with the public boards, is that once they make more revenue, they increase their expenditure. It was only Minerals Commission, where when they realized they were making losses, they decided to reduce their expenditure. And when they came in here, we commended them. But I knew it was not these particular people who made that commitment. But because they are the ones there continuing with what has been done, I commended them. So it is in that same vein that when you come and there are issues, you take it up and solve it. I believe that is why the people of Ghana voted for you. But Minister, the issue is not to do with just the exchange losses alone. If I should go into their operating cost, if I should ask them to break down the 134 million for me, you will see some things that will surprise you. So it's not just about the exchange losses, but there are other expenditures that are in there that ought not to be there. You sat here and told us how you are helping Ghana Digital Center to reduce their expenditure. Because they usually would have flown 6 people for just one event with one person. So these are the other things that we should be looking at. Because tomorrow, if we should see this thing, what are you also going to say? Is the same forex losses? No, but there are other equally important things that I believe we should spend some time to help them with, like you are helping GDCL, help them with, and that should help them reduce their expenditure. The fact that they make more revenue doesn't mean, we should spend. So that's a note of caution to Minister, your agencies.
MD,
yes.
this is advice from the chair through me to you. You are guided. You want to take it as policy position.
Oh, Ghana. It be have to be a money be like, and you see, I mentioned that Honorable Abna Oseasare was the Deputy Finance Minister. Time Honorable Ken Oforiatta, Finance Minister, and the Deputy no. Into some George Person or chain and some Madam. Oka ho no this can but now maybe sabisa some who bia. It's not chairman atonobo. Oh bra, cut it respectfully, Honorable Minister. That's why people are saying we're sharing the meter because Sam George don't for our own show. Into wake away, and it felt like Sam George was shading them. Yes, it felt like he was shading them. Mona mo discano, and the bear board chairman say, committee chairman say, Mumbrana Mumbe or the tia. Una bet me medjuma baby salmon way na way. Mona mum mismanagement scano. That's why the woman was like, on paying bubobia, just go straight to the point because also for abroad. Well, I know so far, brother, because name Yakutia, Obonidi, my minute winning now, Obonidi, Abna, some George Osradio Bakukra. Now, baby, you see, there's been talks about a particular contract, the Smart Infraco contract, and some George account 6.5 million Ghana cedis being wasem, where this only Sikano say a payment via Mode Commerce Smart Infraco contract, limited company more signing contracts, and na Akuffo so months I say I'm sorry to say some joy that some no kind name now, but almost still Honorable Minister Kasa, Minister of Communications, watch Nadrin Ediana Bay. Let's watch the video.
It's become evident to us that there have been two addendums that have changed the contract, handed over fully the entire government infrastructure to this private entity. In fact, an SPV was set up called Smart Infraco that took over all rights of Libara Ghana. Now, I have referred this to the Attorney General for his advice, but the issues we have raised for the Attorney General to advise us on is that the terms of the original contract stated that Libara could not assign more than 20% of their rights to a third party. Now, the current situation is an SPV has been set up called Smart Infraco that has taken over 100% of Libara's rights. The other issue that arises is the fact that when we took over the ministry and there was the need to change passwords for some government agencies, it became clear to me, and unfortunately my Director General for NITA is not here, he's a bit under the weather. NITA had no access to the National Data Center.
Ghana Education Service. Now Ghana Education Service, not just said your head, Education Minister Honorable Haruna Idrisu. Now I can't say be about tertiary education accreditation. No, you know one called public school. Na say, o papa woska, o papa na dream say, o disikenti o si university. Obviously, obeying accreditation. Said you be complete school ni be a certificate e be valid e Ghana krom hanum say na afi into okopie e committee nanim auditing committee nanim honorable Abna Oseasare agene dia or Sam George nsemu okopie him, and he made mention of mass closures. You see, only accredited are betum, and people are asking questions. They say no more mass closures, and government to reconsider rules on private universities accreditation. Intino ebiana mrana ewo ho no omo dwene ho so mbesesa no se be ya the processes to go through in order to get your university or school accredited, very easy, very cool. Honorable Minister.
They issued this deadline that institutions were not in compliance, particularly those providing private tertiary education. If you don't have a charter, then you may have to fold up. Government is reviewing that position, and there may be a policy review of it to extend the moratorium, but certainly not to perpetuity. But we would give them some space of time. Chairman, noting that not every qualified Ghanaian student has the opportunity to be admitted into a public tertiary institution, they will be in denial if we were to be high-handed in terms of the regulation. But that's what the law requires him to do. So I may seek a review of the law in order that we extend the period of the charter and then learn from best practice. What happens in Australia, what happens in the US or UK? How are those private institutions able to cope with the public tertiary institutions? But Chairman, the joy is that in Ghana, more Ghanaian students of that age are accessing higher education, and that's
now. Yes, also be sana sembi. Efa school fees. Na Honorable Minister Haruna Idrisu Sembi. He's talking. Say the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission GTEC is being directed to refrain from increasing school fees. Cause more invest in me humbi. Now, my friend, in the school fees, 1,700. Your two school fees, man, a code 3,400. Chairman Bonnie, Nani Suonkwa. And according to Haruna Idrisu, the education minister, or can say, they are ordering the GTEC, the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, to refrain from increasing school fees. Meaning, say school fees there, here, obieni die Charlie. As
I said, my view was that because Ghana have never had a scholarship authority bill, I wanted to work 1 year, see what scholarship will do, deal with this nepotism and chronism associated with allocation of scholarship, provide for some discipline. But believe me, my most impactful lunch as minister was when the no fee stress was launched. I had good sleep that this was an impactful, meaningful social intervention of the president. And many of you sitting here, colleague MPs, you know how much you spend in paying school fees when the period comes. You get demands. So, but just to send a caution, Chairman, the Director General of GTEC is here. I've seen some schools increasing their fees because government says it's absorbing them. We won't accept it. So make sure you issue consequential instructions.
Ghana, in seminar wahadosu. So communication minister ako kana sem wonchen eno ne bi feel say he did the right thing by or talking back because one kasante man nya faster ke bebu wonsime no so te said ye DVL boss now down wasan beka contract bi ho asem eni ade adumabo video na mama hwe. Now let's go again. Ghana education more, we have a lot of problems, and I think school fees are one of them. Imagine pa say wakumemu as a parent say obema obako school na nso school fees whole fee chese kam odwene ho na o se laila me be yontene fee onfa nkosua bibi foforo enti aye problem. And like I mentioned in the video earlier, my friend and school fees 1,700 pa yeniba ya ho so na wadu 3,400 ho baby a che say obonani anisio nkwa cause sikana abetoso no okwa akofa ne him. So I think whatever the honorable minister said was right, and I pray to God say ombe ye, because there are lots of people person mo school person mo university, but because of sikasemunti omutifie school fees mutu basa school fees increase school fees you don't know how it affects parents. I say budget ni na wono ni na say budget na wono wonu say me ba school fees you say me say ni na hwem ayebasa. So the honorable minister of education talking about ordering GTEC as a more instructed GTEC Ghana Tertiary Education Commission omo instruct omo say chale ye restrain mo school fees na mo tumu rough off no munwan no I think say a good idea ebeboa wan kasa wo hwe video odwene ho say mente. This is FMS Trends, and here we give you the latest updates. I hope you enjoyed this update. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Ni na hu here, comment no hu here, subscription hu here, like no so hu here. Ni hu se de ye no money je hu. All the videos that we played, we don't own rights to them. No copyright infringement intended. Thank you.